Where were you at when you actually started, and where were you at when you finished working with us?
Yo, like if I don't change, like I'm probably gonna commit suicide. It's like nothing
Wow.
mattered back then. It was just like I was 217 pounds. I finished around 187. And now I'm like 179 now. So 178, 178.
Where were you at when you actually started, and where were you at when you finished working with us inside the
Oh,
teams?
yo, like I remember this vividly, bro. I remember when we had like our initial like it was just me and you, Joey. And I remember we had our initial call. Like I remember I was sitting in my mom's car, and I was just like, yo, like if I don't change, like I'm probably gonna commit suicide. Like that was like it was like either that, if it was either I was gonna change and make this commitment, or I'm gonna like, yeah, like this is it. This is over. I'm dead at 20, 22 at the time. That was it. That was like my only two options. So I was like, yo.
It was
So
intense,
I was,
man. It was intense. I
yeah,
remember that
it-
conversation.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, and it was also around the time too, like when I made that decision, and this kind of like bleeds into my testimony a little bit. When I made the decision, I actually became it was more so like I had like a born again experience. It was
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
God was like, enough is enough. Like you learn, like it was that was crazy. It's just like I'm from the moment like I said yes to you, and I submitted the payment, and like I started, this was around early April, like April 4th. Like everything changed. Like I just knew that I was gonna change for the better. I knew that my life was starting from the beginning. I literally felt like the last 20 years, 20 plus years before that was like a total, not want to say like a waste, but like a blur. It's like nothing
Wow.
mattered back then. It was just like a true, just like Matt, you were absolutely renewed and welcome to your new life. Like
Wow.
from the moment I started, like I was 217 pounds
Mhm.
when I started with you guys, to 217, 218. And then I finished around 187. And now I'm like 179 now. So 178, 178. So like
Nice.
I took your lessons. Like it just jump started because I knew what to do. As I say,
Mm.
like I have like I've been training for 10 years, prior to then, but like it was really the accountability and really that mindset shift that like I never really took into account, that you guys like really taught. And I was like, dude, like this is like, because I never really had like a solid like why. Like my why has been always to like impress girls.
Mm.
But that was my why for like the longest time, right? To get a girlfriend, but that why just, kind of disintegrated. And like you guys taught me how to have like a new why, and like that default, just doing things like regardless of how you feel, just allowed me to enjoy, you know, hitting my goals, a lot more. It really taught me a lot of discipline, really taught me hard work. Like, you never really understand, really the mindset when it comes to like losing weight. So like now it's like I see it from the other side. It is a whole mindset shift. It requires that. And so yeah, it's just like it was like you guys are absolutely like paramount to where I'm at today. It's like, God has really like used you guys to like really just like change my life for the better. Like it is ridiculous. 180 split, so I'm just very, very, very extremely thankful for you guys for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, man, we love you, brother. We love working with you, dude, and we love continuing to see you have success, dude. So
Yep.
it's awesome, and that's a big part of the reason we want to talk to you because, dude, we actually worked with you like what was it, 2 years ago, 3 years
2
ago?
years ago.
It's
Yeah.
been a while, right?
Yeah, I
But
know for
still,
sure.
I
Yeah.
still just like I see your content, I see you doing your thing, and like you're coaching now too, I believe, right?
Yep. Yeah, I started my coaching business of 20 in February 2023. I think I had like maybe 10, 11 clients since then, so I've been helping others,
Nice.
kind of reach the same goal too, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so it's called the John 5 movement, so it's a little bit different. I'm kind of using the things that you taught, but kind of adding like my own testimony, my own spin based on the John 5 principles, which is John 5, I think verses 1 through 14. Change your perspective, attacking the low hanging fruit, and then testimony. It's like going telling others, about it. It's like, So kind of like utilizing and my girlfriend actually before we started dating, I told her about my testimony and she actually is like, yeah, like Matt, I kind of see you more than like a personal trainer. I think you can
Mm,
do like way more with this. So I was like, okay,
yeah,
like we're together. Her name's Mallory Rothstein. Shout out more than admin. But that's the kind of the thing that we're building together. And she's really like the oracle to the Batman. She's
yeah,
really just behind the scenes and really just, giving me the not necessarily like the roadmap, but like kind of just making everything a little bit easier on the
yeah,
back. So yeah, so just I've helped I think about 10 plus people so far and just getting testimonials left and right. So I'm just very, very grateful that learning from the dojo of default kings, to kind of add my own spin
bro, it's amazing.
and to also help the mission because there's so
Yeah,
many like if I don't look at the statistics, like this is, obesity and overweight's like a whole pandemic in itself. Like you go to every country, every nation, like there's this problem. So, I think, having like a facet, a multitude of, of
mhm,
coaching that can really just help and tackle this huge issue, especially doing it the biblical way.
mhm.
It just will create long lasting effects. And I think the world will be better because of it, for sure.
Amen. Totally agree, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's been amazing to see you just continue to carry on that torch, bro, and
Yeah.
continue to build the mission, continue to build the kingdom, and continue to serve people. So,
Sure.
bro, we're proud,
Thank you, man.
proud,
Appreciate it.
proud of you, man, and just what you're doing is glorifying God. So, thank you for continuing to carry that torch, bro.
Of course, man.
Um, what I'm curious about for you is like you were very much into training before, right? And
Hmm.
like you said, like you had kind of gone down this path where you were like almost at a rock bottom.
Yep.
And now you've gotten yourself out of that and you've not just sustained it,
Hmm.
but you're helping other people with it.
Yep.
So what I'm curious about is what was it specifically about what we helped you with that helped you, make this long lasting this time around?
Just the lessons and really like I really appreciated how you guys like held me accountable. I think, you guys creating the alumni group and creating that group like really allowed me to see like, oh, like other people on this journey too. So it's like not really like lonely.
Mm,
Um, like really, I think the most important things that you guys taught me was the default actions is really like the whole like discipline behind it. It's like really, the declarations
mm,
um that and it was like and kind of like establishing those new whys. Those whys are absolutely just like foundational, and like something really just bigger than yourself. Like because once you do something that's bigger than yourself, like it doesn't matter like how you feel, you just
mm,
do it because like that's the mission that's required. So I think really, it really the as I said before, like the mindset shift and the really in the accountability and having other people in the mission with you like really just helped me. It's like, yeah, I'm not alone in this. Like, other people have gone through, similar situations like I have, like, and I've seen people
yeah.
make it out. I've seen, I remember hearing Joey's testimony about like, you know, after a long night of drinking, he came like his roommate found him and I was like, you can do better than this. I'm kind of just paraphrasing, but I remember
Yeah.
Joe's testimony. I was like, wow, this is incredible. And seeing others as well. So I think yeah, like as I said, like you've hit like really the whole mindset just really just taught me having the correct mindset, I should say, like really just taught me so much about it was learned through you guys for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing,
Yeah.
brother. Amazing. Yeah, man. I love that. And like you're a guy too. When we have people coming into Default Kings and we're talking about like some of the material that we hand out to guys from an educational perspective, I'm like, we literally have guys that go and create their own coaching businesses. And you're usually the
Yep.
guy that comes to the top of my mind
Yep.
as one of those testimonies to that, right? And to what we teach.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
when we say we're proud of you and that we wear you like a badge of honor, like we mean that, dude. We mean that sincerely from the bottom of our heart because we
Incredible.
need you going and continuing to spread the mission because
Yep.
there's plenty and plenty and plenty of overweight people that need help.
Yep.
And the more men that we can all hear, everybody here in this meeting can create
Yep. Of
to spread the word around what this means to be healthy and what it means to be a leader for our families.
course. Of
Better
course.
it is for everybody, the better it is for the world. So, man, we love having you, dude. And
Thank
to kind of go back to you a little bit more as well, because I don't remember. It's been so long since you and I chatted about this, brother.
you.
I'm
Yep.
what did you actually do before? Like, did you try anything before other than just doing your own thing and doing your own training? Did you do any like solutions? Like, did you try keto? Did you do anything crazy like that before? Or were
Um,
you doing your own thing before you started?
bro, I never really struggled with weight with like weight loss because I was always jacked. I was always, I was, so this whole thing like was completely like new to me. I had no idea. Like I gained so much weight. I was like, wait,
Mm.
like because in college, high school, like I like fitness was always just, like a part of it. Like I never really struggled. Like I've always, I have like really good genetics. It's easy for me to put on muscle, strength, all that stuff. Like doing calisthenics, doing weightlifting for so long. This was like a really like new phenomenon. Like I never really knew. You never really tried like keto or anything like that. Like I just knew that like I was like, man, like this is actually harder than I thought.
Mm.
I have no idea how to lose weight, So like no, for real, like I just never really struggled with it, And
Yeah.
so like, in college I had a pretty active lifestyle. Like I was in gymnastics club, So like it was just, just doing all these things and, but like once, I got into the heat of my rock bottom and I found myself, I was like, I have no idea how to lose this weight. Like I don't want to go to the gym, And so
Mm.
I needed help. Like I simply was like, yo, I cannot. Like I remember messaging Jack when he was with you guys. Like I remember like, yo, like I need help. Like I don't know if you remember me. Like we connected when you guys were back when you guys were Vigor Gains at the time.
Yeah.
So back in 2020. And so I was like, yo, like I don't know if you remember me. It's like I don't know what to do. So like this was like, really like my first attempt at like losing weight. Uh,
Wow.
so I just knew that like, all right, I know these guys, I trust these guys. Like, let me just, yeah, wire them the money, whatever they could, and then boom, because I know they're gonna get me right. So, yeah, I didn't, yeah, as I said, like I never tried anything before because this was my first, you
Yeah.
know, first attempt. So, um, one for one.
Let's go. It's awesome.
Yeah.
100% success rate.
Yep.
Dude, that's great, man. Well, man, that just speaks to the power in your commitment, dude. And,
Yep.
real faith inspires action. You took action. So
Yep.
obviously you're getting the fruits of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think kind of to wrap this up, what I'm curious about is just from your eyes. I know you've already seen it take place
Hmm.
because of the people that you've been helping, and we've seen it take place because
Yeah.
we see the people that
Yeah.
you're helping.
Yeah.
But how have you and how do you see this impacting you for the rest of your life?
How I see it, I think being able to share like kind of like interweave like my testimony through, the John 5 movement that I'm building, I think will bring a lot of people, to Christ, which is the most important thing. Money will always come as a byproduct. Obviously I see it, being, as bigger than myself in the
Mm.
future. But I think just laying the groundwork and being able to kind of glorify Christ
Mm.
with these with the experiences that I've learned, the experiences that I've been through, and really just applying it to other people who Christian men who are at rock bottom because
Mhm.
because some Christians like they may have the Holy Spirit but like they don't necessarily know what to do with their lives or anything like that.
Mhm.
So bringing that area, I think it's just instead of being able to kind of start with health and the mindset and kind of go to the totality of the person, not just health and fitness, but improving their faith spiritually, how to set up routines to study the Bible, how to study routines to just to understand scripture more, how to branching into financial literacy. What does the Bible say about money? How to
Mm.
manage your finances, how to get a job, like where my girlfriend comes in because she's really she she used to work at Google, so she has like really how do you say it, like course career skills, interview
Mm.
skills. She helps people, kind of gather their resumes, and so being able to how to help people get jobs, like based
Mm.
on their skill set, so I think it's a whole kind of starts with health fitness and biblical principle, but it kind of branches out to the whole
Mm.
totality. So I'm kind of starting small and branching large as as I get more
Yeah.
experience with it, for sure. So
Yeah.
gonna outlive me, man. So that's the plan.
That's all.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
all.
awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I love it, man. Well, dude, if somebody resonates with where you're at before you started, why in your mind should they take action to make a change in their life?
Oh, because if they don't, their lives are gonna get significantly worse. 1000%. It is like it is literally law, at this
Mm,
point. Like you don't like there's a saying called in and I'm sure Joe, you know this because you worked in, PT clinics. It's called muscular atrophy, right? So if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yep.
mhm,
So it's essentially the same kind of principle. I think if somebody decides like, I'm not gonna stay. I mean, I'm gonna stay exactly where I'm at. And I'm not gonna move. Like it's not you're not gonna stay the same in 10 years. You're actually gonna get worse.
mm,
It's actually gonna be significantly harder. So there's actually like a window, I
mm,
say for people because there's people in their 60s that still won't have they still have this, 60s, 70s, they still have this victim mindset. It's
mm.
like, you never want to say it's too late, but like, I mean, it kind of is.
Gets harder.
It's hard. It's like your brain and it gets so entrenched into the behavior and actions that it almost kind of like solidifies and calcifies.
Mm,
So attacking the problem like as early as possible. Like imagine if I decided in 2021 that I was gonna make the change, I was gonna hire default kings. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have wasted a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Like I
mm,
waited till 2022. I had the problem in 2020.
mm,
I just got out of rehab, my second rehab for
mm,
in 2020, and I waited to 2022 to hit you guys
mm,
up. You know what I'm saying? Like I
mm,
could I, I could have been at 200 pounds, 190 pounds, and had an easier weight loss journey, but I waited. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
I got significantly worse, right? And so like I tell people, and and tell this in my content on YouTube. It's like, yo, like if you don't take action now, like you're gonna miss, 100 like thousands upon thousands of blessings. Like if I didn't take
mm,
action now, like back then, I wouldn't have met the love of my life, 3 months ago.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Imagine if I just never posted, never, and imagine if I never, got back on Twitter after deactivating it. I would have never been connected with you guys. I would have never, you know, started this coaching business. I would never met the
mm,
love of my life. I would never like, had a positive net worth. Just
mm,
like all these things. I would never, been to went to another church and develop friendships with other people. If I just stayed at one place, like they're missing out. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
So I teach people like, yo, like, you do nothing but hurting yourself if you decide just to stay still, like
wow,
1000%. So like if
mm,
you if you're sure you're rock bottom, move immediately because it's
mm.
only gonna get worse for sure.
Yeah, man, that's powerful, man. That's powerful. I
Wow.
don't.
Yeah.
Gabe was barely done with the question, and you were like, "Bro, I know the answer already, bro." He's like,
Oh, my bad.
he's like, it gets worse.
Yeah,
No, it was
yeah,
good, man. It was good. You got that off your tongue so fast. I was like, "Oh man, he knows the answer. He's thought about this one."
Yeah, for sure,
mm,
for sure. Yeah, sorry about my bad. I was
yeah,
No, it
like,
was good, dude. It was good. I loved it. I loved it, man. It's great.
yeah,
It's good to, that's a question that we kind of round out all of these with, right? Because it sheds light, and gives perspective to the guys that are listening to this and are ultimately inspired by your testimony and your story, right?
mhm,
So,
yep,
when a guy has a quick answer like that, I'm like, there we go, bro. This guy, he's thought about it. He's
yeah,
thought this through. He's
sure, sure.
looked back and reflected on this journey, which is huge, man. And it speaks a lot to you because obviously you're a guy that's done so much just development, investing in yourself the last few years, dude. It's so cool to talk to you now. And again, like I know we've said this like 3 or 4 times throughout this interview, just giving you your flowers of, dude, we're so proud of had you come through this and proud to have you as a DK alum, dude. So I
Thank
love
you.
seeing your content. I love seeing you pursue what you're passionate about, and I love seeing you spread the mission alongside of us, brother.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate all this. Listen, all that you done, bro. Like, I'm serious. Like, you guys were paramount. God used you to, really, change my life for eternally. Really. And so, I'm so glad that God is using you to really just like it's incredible.
mm,
And see the growth, and it's just the sky's the limit for you guys. Like, I'm sorry, the sky's beyond, the moon, like every like you can
Yeah.
just go far, man. I'm just so excited. You guys inspire me daily. Just to see you guys, posting on, multiple different platforms. Like, I see you, Joey, you're on LinkedIn now and like YouTube. And I was like, man, like, it's just, kind of iron sharpens iron. It's like, man, like this is awesome. Just two young guys really just out here getting it and just really just, spreading the gospel and spreading the mission, man, and just leaving a crazy, crazy mark in society. So I'm very proud of you guys too. Want to give you your flowers too. For
Thanks,
sure.
man.
Yep.
We love you, brother. We
Glory to
appreciate
God, man.
I love that, man. Let's
I
go.
love it, brother. Awesome. Well, you guys heard it from Matt Fontaine. I don't know if there's anything we need to add to that testimony, brother.
we need like a handle drop. We need people to be able to go and
Yeah.
find you, bro. Like you're a great input. Like if you're watching this interview, you need to go follow Matt and consume his content and have him in your ear too. So you
Yeah.
got like a handle or somewhere you want to drive people, brother?
Oh, sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it is at John 5 Movement on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube and LinkedIn, I believe.
Amazing.
So just, follow me on there and, I'm just again, I appreciate all you guys. And yeah, so
Heck yeah.
getting started. Just
Love it,
getting
bro.
started. Love it, man. Appreciate you.
Let's go.